Hey guys, it's Marcus here and welcome back to Affiliate Marketing Dude. Today's video is all about how to work less, get more done, add more money to your bottom line, and get better results in your life. And we're going to teach you all this in just a few seconds. All right, so today we're going to do is talk about the 80-20 principle. Now, what does the 80-20 principle or the 80-20 rule mean? What does this mean to you? Well, what it means is if we take a pie chart like this and we take about 20% of that chart, I think that's about 20%, right? We take this, what the rule or the principle is saying is that 20% of your effort is producing 80% of the results. That's right. The bulk of what you get, the bulk of your results is coming from 20% of your effort. That means if you put up 100 videos on YouTube, the majority of the stuff that produces results is going to be about 20 of those videos. If you create 100 blog posts, chances are 20 of them are going to take the lion's share of the traffic. If you do sales calls and things like that, chances are 20% of what you're doing is producing the bulk of the results. So what we want to do is we want to take this and focus on the stuff that works, because this goes in all aspects of life. Let's say you have a bunch of customers, right? You have your customers here like this, and your customers are here, right? What this rule is saying is that 20% of your customers are going to produce a lot of the money, right? We'll try to draw some money here, right? So 20% of your customers are producing a lot of the money. Now this changes the mindset, right? Same thing, 20% of your visitors are producing the bulk of the money. 20% of your mailing list is producing the bulk of the money. Everything like that. Now this is important to realize because sometimes in life, you're going to get difficult customers. You're going to get difficult people. You're going to get people on YouTube that don't like your video. You're going to get people on your blog that make nasty comments. You're going to get all these things. But guess what? Those people are part of the 80% that aren't going to do anything, right? Those visitors don't matter. What we want to do is we want to focus on the 20% of the things that work. Now, what you want to do is you want to start to dissect this, because if I can take this and say, great, I put up 100 videos or 100 blog posts, 20 of them are getting me the lion's share of traffic. Now, what you do is you take those 20 videos or those 20 blog posts and you dissect it. You do another chart. You say, okay, which ones are working and why, right? You duplicate what works, right? Same thing with Simple Sites, Big Profits. The whole Simple Sites idea is about making blogs in niches that produce results. Now, I might set up 100 blogs or whatever. Let's say I set up 10 blogs. Now, out of those 10 blogs, 8 of them might make $4 a day or 20 bucks a day or maybe 100 bucks a day. But some of them, 2 of them are probably going to hit a home run, right? This is about hitting a bunch of grounders, getting results, and then hitting a home run. And once in a while, you will get those home runs. But in the meantime, you can live off the rest of the stuff, because see, here's the deal. The 80% of the stuff that we do here is still going to produce us traffic. It's still going to get us sales. It's still going to produce revenue. But what we want to do is we want to start to refine, and this is what it looks like over time, right? You go through and you say, okay, excellent, I'm getting traffic. 20% of them are converting into sales. That is wonderful. Now what you want to do is you take these 20%, and 20% of those people are going to go through and they're going to want even bigger sales, right? They're going to be like, hey, I want to buy more stuff, or I want to follow you more, or I want to go through more training, or I want to buy this or whatever. They're going to be like crazy raving fans, okay? Same thing with traffic. You go through, you say, okay, cool, these 20 blog posts worked really well. What worked? How did I get that traffic? Why did I get that traffic? Do more of what works. It's very important that you do this, because what you want to do is you want to get a baseline, right? Set up a few sites. And a lot of people ask me, Marcus, how many sites do I need? Do I need 1,000 making $1 a day? No. I would say set up 3 or 4 sites to begin with, maybe 1 or 2 if you're slow. Okay, you have those 1 to 4 sites, and out of those 1 to 4 sites, one of them might do really well and, you know, start off making like $50 a day or whatever. All right, you're gonna take it and you're gonna say, great, I got this $50 a day. You're gonna look at your keywords. You're gonna say, I got keyword 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Same thing, right? The keywords, 80% are not producing. 20% is producing all the results. You get rid of the ones that aren't working, focus on the ones that are, you put tons of cash in your pocket. Very cool, right? So you look at this, and this works in all aspects of life. You look at this and it's like, okay, 80% of what I'm doing is producing, or 20% of what I'm doing is producing the lion's share of the results in my business. Now, if we can refine, right? If we can refine this over and over and say, okay, let's do the 20%. Let's focus on what works. Let's focus on what is getting results. Then we can start to build and grow, because you're going to find out. Now, let's say you're spending $10 on pay-per-click. Okay, and you say, well, hey, check it out. I'm spending $10. I'm making 50. I'm happier than a pig in the slop. I'm making $40 a day profit, right? We'd all be pretty happy with that. Even I would be happy with that. Okay, and then you can grow, because when you can make 50, you can make 500. You just spend 100, right? Pretty easy. But you're going to find out that $8 of this is on traffic that's not converting. You weed it down, it's a lot better to spend 2 and make 50. Or if you scale it up, it's a lot better to spend 20 and make 50, or 200 and make 5,000, and on we go. So what you want to do here, the takeaway here, is refine the hell out of your marketing. Take the sites that are working, take the blog posts that are working, look at your stats, focus on what works. Every time I upload a YouTube video, I say, where did it rank? Why? How's it getting traffic? I figured out most of my traffic was coming from deliberately posting related videos. Right? Deliberately going in there and deliberately doing that. Why did I make a video on the 80-20 rule? I could have done anything. I could have made a video called, you know, half of yo shit ain't doing anything. But I decided to make it on the 80-20 rule because a lot of traffic is for that. There's a lot of videos about it. Now, it might not be searched for a lot, but the fact that these other videos are getting lots of traffic and lots of views means I will start to show up and I'll start to get some views, hopefully, right? And we look at that and we're like, okay, cool. So what we want to do is we want to refine and duplicate what works. Take what works, refine, do better. This is how you do it, right? So many people set up a blog and they're like, well, it didn't work. I didn't rank on Google for the word make money. Internet marketing's a scam. No, it's not. You just learn something that doesn't work. You don't go for that competitive keyword. You go for a less competitive word like AdSense or AdSense Profit or how to build a mailing list or WordPress ads or something like that, or ClickBank and WordPress, or like the video I put up that had tons of views, all about the all-in-one SEO plugin, right? Tons of views overnight. Very simple, very deliberate. So, name of the game is refine and be deliberate. Be deliberate. When you do stuff, know what you are doing, know why you're doing it, know exactly what you intend. Don't do hope marketing. Focus on stuff you know you can get. And then the 80-20 rule, or the Pareto principle, whatever the fancy name is going to start to work for you, because you're going to see that 20% of what you're doing online is producing the lion's share of the results. The rest is busy work, pain in the butt, stuff that doesn't put money in your pocket. So, refine, focus on what works, do everything deliberately. Don't do it without a purpose. Don't do it without knowing what you're trying to do. Don't do it without your audience in mind. Don't do it without knowing if it's going to get traffic or whatever. Focus on what works. Same thing with email marketing. 80% of my emails get a bunch of traffic, but maybe don't close the deal. 20% close the deal. We are in the business of closing the deal, getting the click, getting the person to do the CPA offer, getting the person to whip out their card and buy something, getting them to download something, whatever those CPA networks pay us for. That's what we want to do. And remember, 20%. focus on this. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel, click the little bell, put your comments below. Say, Marcus, I want you to talk more about this 80-20 thing, or I'd like you to talk about this, or give me a book to review, or something like that, because this YouTube channel is about you. It's about helping you get where you want to go. And hopefully, this video is another step in the right direction. Thanks again for watching. Click the video to watch the next one, and make sure you subscribe and click the bell, and I'll see you in the next video.